Hello everybody, thanks for joining us for another one of our video series, Compeer Activities at Home. Again, my name is Lana Chazen, Community Engagement Coordinator at Compeer. Before we get started with our really fun eggshell activity, I'm going to start you off with a really funny joke, and I'm already laughing because it's good. I promise. So, how did the hen leave the building? Through the exit! Hey-o! Oh my goodness, that was hilarious. Alright, so now we got a little joke in. I'm going to go through the materials for this activity, and again, we will have a material list in the comments so that you can have it. So first we need some eggshells, some plain white eggshells. I'm going to show it to the video. So I hard-boiled some eggs for dinner for my kids to go with their meal, and I made them save me their shells. So I have them all over here on a tray. You also need some sort of food coloring. Okay. You need some white vinegar and some little plastic bags. Okay. So I'm going to walk you through part of the process. Some of it I can't do on camera. It takes like you have to put it in the oven. I'll go through it. So I have some eggs already dyed and dried out, and then some in part of the finished product. So I'll walk you through the different steps. So what I have here is some cardboard, because dealing with food coloring can be a little messy, but you know, being a little messy can be fun, can be good for you, right? Okay, so what you want to do is you want to put some eggshells into the plastic bag, and you can keep them big. I'm going to show it up to the camera. You can keep them big pieces like this, or you can crush them really small. So it depends on what your final result. So after we dye the eggshells, what you can do is you can, draw with a marker, a flower, and glue it on there. You can make a mosaic, so you can make it really small. You can make pictures. So, and I'll show you that at the end. So just depending on what you want to do, and if you leave them big and want them small later, you can just break them up after they're dyed. So that's fine too. Okay, so you put some eggshells in the bag. Okay, you put a little bit of white vinegar in the bag. So my bag's already a little wet because I did this earlier for a sample. Okay, I put a little bit too much in there, but it doesn't matter. Just put enough in there that your eggshells are colored. And I'm just doing a little bit for a sample. I mean, you can make as many as you want. So as you're making eggs during the week, if you make eggs, keep your shells put off to the side, and then do this as maybe a weekend activity. Okay, so you put them in the bag, okay, and you just kind of make sure they're fully covered. And I saw, when I was looking this up online, I saw a tip where people were taking this corner and putting it into the egg carton, which is a really smart idea, but I didn't finish off all my eggs because my kids did not want to eat a whole dozen of hard-boiled eggs, and nor can I blame them. So I just have a little plastic bowl, and I'm just gonna stand it up inside the bowl. And yep, there's dye in there from when I did this earlier. So I'm just kind of plopping it in there. What you want to do is make sure, I'll show you on the outside, it's just kind of hanging out in there like this, so that the dye is just wrapped around those eggshells. And you can make as many bags as you want of different colors. You can blend, figure out your color charts, blend up Another thing is that Easter time is coming around, and if you celebrate and you dye eggs, save those colored shells when you're eating them and put them off to the side. And you can do the same thing, is that you can, you know, break them up and then get out some glue and make a cool little craft. So again, just another process, just a little bit of your vinegar, and then I make a little red, you know, but watch, if you add red and blue, from what I remember, and I, again, was not an art major, but I think if you blend those together, they'll make like a purple. Yep. So look at how messy. This is a very messy project, which sometimes it's good just to get a little messy and just get a little dirty, get our hands a little dirty. This will wash off. If you don't like the mess, it's fine. Put on a pair of gloves, right? So the recommendation is to at least let them soak for a couple hours. You could do it overnight. So if you're making eggs at nighttime, if you made eggs in the morning, then you did save the shells and did this, and later on you want to do it. But so I just showed you a couple, but again, you can make as many colors as you want. I just have a 4-pack of I only have 4 colors for my food dye, but you know, there's different packs out there that you can use. So, you know, be creative, okay? So I'm going to put that off to the side. And what I'm going to show you is, and these are not colored just because I wanted you to be able to see it. You take, once you're done soaking, look at my fingers. They're so messy. I love it. Once you're done letting them soak for however long you want, you will take your eggshells and you'll put them on, and I purposely kept these ones just white to show you. You just put them on a baking pan, right? So you take all your colored shells, you put them on a baking pan, you put your oven on, you know, 200 degrees, and you stick it in there for like 10 minutes, up to 10 minutes. Just check on them. And what's going to happen is, and I have a finished product, is that your dyed eggshells are going to dry. I know this looks a little messy, but I got, and I broke these ones when I did my sample a little smaller than I would have liked. So when I redo some, okay. So I have all these little pieces. You can see them. I have all these pieces and they're all colored, okay. And so my thought was, I've seen, you know, people do this, and you can draw your own, you know, flower, put it on there. Again, take a plain sheet of paper, put them in little patterns. You can make designs with it. You can, you know, be really creative. What I decided to do, because I still don't have any plain paper in my house. I haven't been able to get out to the store, but I do have adult coloring books, and I actually don't, you know, draw really well anyways. So my idea was, and I'm going to bring it up to the camera, is, and I already started it, is I found this cool picture, and I was like, that might be a little bit too delicate to try to put it in there, but it gives me a pattern. So I dug out some glue, which, and I have a little knife, but you can just, if you have a glue, little dot on it, all you're going to do is put some glue on the paper. And I'm not using my top because it is full of glue and it's not working right, and I couldn't get it to clean out. So again, part of this process and doing these activities is just showing you what I have in my house. You know, I'm not going out and spending tons of money on supplies, because that's not feasible for everybody. So I'm just finding what I have around my house. But if you need to go out and buy a couple of these things, they're not too pricey. Okay, just be safe if you're going out to those stores. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue down on my paper. So I'm trying to make kind of a pinwheel pattern on that picture. And I already put some blue and some greens and some reds down. So I'm going to make another row. And you just take the eggshell and boop, put it right in the glue. Just like that. Just stick there. And you can be as tedious, you know, having something like this to focus on can be just so good for you. It gives you something, it can be very relaxing. You know, just putting this down, and what's gonna do is gonna make some really cool patterns though. I kind of wish I made more colors, but I was just working with what I had. I think it's gonna look really neat. And if I'm not gonna make you watch me do this, but really after a while of filling in all these little crevices with all these little pieces of the eggshell, it's gonna make a really cool, again, I'm gonna show you, filling that in with all these little eggshells, it's gonna make such a cool little textured pattern that you could, if I only wanted to do that, I could just cut that out and put it in a cheap little picture frame and hang it. You could, you know, put this in for texture. If you have a coloring book, you know, add some, you know, texture to your colors, to your coloring. Like I said, I have tons of markers. I could sit here and put some eggshells in for texture and then color around it. But it's just a really cool way to use something. You know, if you eat a lot of eggs, gonna have those shells anyways, and this is just something else that you can do to be able to keep your mind on something else, be a little creative, have some fun with stuff. You know, I'm a huge fan of recycle reuse, so this is a way to reuse some of those eggshells and have some fun. Again, if you're dyeing some eggs for this holiday, and you know, this upcoming Easter holiday, if you celebrate that, or you could just dye your eggs that way. Dyeing eggs is fun anyways, even if you don't celebrate, and then eat the hard-boiled egg, or make deviled eggs. You know, look up those fun recipes, or egg salad sandwiches. Not my favorite, kind of gross, but if you like them, not judge. But you know, you could dye those eggs ahead of time, and then so you have some fun colored eggs in your fridge, and then save those shells and decorate them up. Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions, you know, reach out to me, Alana, at compeerbuffalo.org. You can give our office a call at 716-883-3331. If you have questions about this, or you just need, you know, to chat and have some additional support. If any of my regulars that come to our activities are watching, hi, I miss our activities. If you're new, hope you're starting to get to know me and feel more comfortable being able to come to these activities, because you know, we would love to have you there. If you're a friend of Compeer watching this because you just needed that support, welcome, and I'm so glad you joined me today. Also, send me some of your fun jokes. So if you didn't like my egg joke earlier, you know, think you got a better one, you can one-up me. I will happily give you a shout out. If you watched, if this is your first video, go back and watch my drum circle one. Go watch about my relaxation doodles. Share your experiences with the videos in the comments, or send me an email, and I would love to hear from you. And I hope everybody is going to have a nice, safe, and wonderful day. Bye!